Okay, welcome back to another episode of Unsinkable Theory, a show where we talk about our favorite movies and moments, and at the end we will decide if they are sinkable or unsinkable. We have a guest today. Billy, do you want to kind of introduce him a little bit?
Yes, this is Garret from Everyday Gary over on Instagram. Since this movie
Give him a
involves
follow.
a lot of knives, we figured we'd have ourselves a knife expert on with us.
I'm absolutely a knife expert.
That see, and this is why I figured you'd be
In
a
the most
perfect match.
endearing way possible.
Yeah. Yes.
The knife guy.
Yes. Thank you. Well, thanks for having me.
So what do we think? I mean, I liked it.
It's entertaining.
I had to rewatch the first two because I'd seen the first one, so I watched that last night just to kind of refresh my mind, and then me and Tyler watched it right before part two.
I thought it was an action movie. I liked a lot of the choreograph in the fights.
Mm-hmm.
Thought that was really nice, but it was action movie against the big, never-ending evil assassin club.
I still don't understand the whole.
The glass union was upset.
The glass union.
Yeah,
You know how
whoever's
long they
replacing
worked to
that
build
glass,
that shit?
Whoever's replacing the glass is mad.
I still don't understand why. So, like, I was talking about this with Tyler when we were watching part two, and even like kind of during the movie. Why do they like just run at him? Why wouldn't you just like post up in a corner and just aim at him and just shoot and kill him while he's fighting everybody else?
Because we want to
Plot
have
armor.
a movie. We want to have a movie at that point.
That plot armor
That
is
thick, so thick. I mean, I think my favorite part was the dogs.
dumb thick.
I like the throwing knives when they're in
Oh,
that.
yeah.
I don't know if that was like
It was like a museum or something.
museum or antique shop, but I thought the
Yeah.
part where he threw both of them at the same time and hit the guy in the chest at the same time. I really like that. It made a sound too. Ken? I think it made a weird
Everything in
sound.
that movie made a sound.
Yeah, so that's what I was thinking. It's like,
Everything.
Okay, how many explosions
Who-
were there in this
like,
movie?
where
Yeah,
did
that
this
sound
thing come
editor and
from
designer. Oh, he had a
where-
job to do. Or she.
when you're punching somebody, it makes like a loud thump and bass sound that they just like amplify it.
Yeah.
And I first noticed it in like the Dark Knight trilogy, and I really noticed it in these movies as well. So
Kind of like that bass drum thump. when you-
yeah. And I was like, wow.
Yeah.
Imagine to sit there and have to meticulously
Every time,
time
yeah.
that thump for every punch.
Well, you got to think that's
mean,
that's what they're paid
that's
for.
their job.
That's their
Yeah,
job.
it was crazy
Yeah.
though.
Those tedious little things that they get paid for.
But I'd say the gunplay and the gun action is like top notch, and that's, I feel like, what these movies are gonna
Kind of like fall back on.
like. Well, no, it's like it's gonna be what they're really known for a long time, because you can just see, and they did like kind of up close shots a little bit too on him, like reloading the guns and him spending the time actually like using the weapon properly.
Yeah.
And you could do shot counts. We were kind of doing it earlier during John Wick 2, and it stood pretty well.
It was it was close enough. We
Halle
weren't
Berry
paying that great of
shot
attention.
19 bullets at one point without reloading.
Oh, did you?
She did.
I mean, if she has
No.
if she has an extended mag,
That's true.
it's
I don't know an
because
extended
a
mag.
regular 9mm typical can hold 16, and then one in the
Yeah,
chamber.
Glock 17 is 17 plus 1. So if you had
Okay.
extended
It's
rounds,
possible
it's possible.
if you had an extended round. Yeah.
I was just like, that seemed like a lot there.
I mean, it holds up a lot better than most action movies with reloading, stuff like that. I feel.
Okay, I would agree.
Them picking up new weapons versus just having the
That's
same
true.
gun that has unlimited ammo.
Every time John Wick killed someone when in Morocco, he
picked
picked
a
up
clip.
another clip from
Yeah.
the person's
Mm-hmm.
body.
Right.
But I almost felt like a video game. Like, I killed the guy, I gotta get my ammo from him.
So speaking of that whole like sequence in Morocco, Jeremy Flynn, I don't know his name, his character's name in the movie, but the guy that
Yeah.
Halle Berry killed. What
That's
was up with his
Bronn.
accent? Braun, yeah.
Yeah. From
What
Game
was
of
up with
Thrones.
his accent? Like, what accent was that?
I don't know what it
Villain?
was trying to be.
Villain.
Was it supposed to be like a French
I don't-
accent?
I
A
don't
French
know.
Moroccan accent?
I don't know, because he was obviously a white fellow.
Well, he's British, so I don't know
Maybe he
what was going on.
Trying to do a British African
Well,
accent?
at
well,
the,
no,
same,
like
at the
the,
same time,
the actor is British.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know.
but at the same time, Halle Berry was clearly American. They didn't make her. any different.
Yeah, so
She seems to be in hiding from something, right? She's separated from her kid.
Well, I think she just wanted to keep her family safe.
Well, because
from like somebody trying to like kidnap her.
I think
and
what
use
I had
her
heard
against
was
her or
that
some sort of
her
thing.
it was her daughter, right?
Yeah.
I think her daughter was also an assassin. I feel like that's what I heard, and then like they were able to get her out.
She did say that John was able to get her out.
Yeah, I don't know if I don't know if they literally meant out of the business or like out of maybe just a dangerous situation. That's for John Wick 4.
Yeah, what I got from it
50.
was
She could have a kid.
Was that she didn't want her child to be in harm's way, like somebody like taking her hostage and using her against her sort of thing.
Yeah.
That's kind of what I took away from it, but not that she was an assassin.
I was thinking more literally.
But that could be a good storyline for John Wick 4.
Oh, they're gonna say that for 5.
Yeah, they got.
I was wondering if it was just going to be a trilogy. I was really thinking it was just going to be the 3 movies and this was going to be the last one. But it definitely not.
I also like that they literally just kept the movie going. I mean, you could take all 3 movies and just play them continuously.
I'm gonna see
and there's no downtime.
how much money John Wick.
Do you think a 4th one will be right after he falls off the building? You
They
think they're gonna go right after?
The chronological thing I think is gonna continue.
Oh yeah.
Where it's directly after the last movie.
There's no lag.
I feel like he needs a day of rest though. He needs like a day.
Sure, but like
the one lady said it had been a few weeks. She said
what was a few weeks?
The arbitrator or whatever her name is.
Adjudicator.
Dumbass name.
She said, "I'm sure you've been aware of what's happening the past few weeks or something like that." Lawrence Fishburne.
Yeah, from that point to when Theon killed his dog. I think they're talking about that. So that was a couple weeks, which makes sense. I mean, 2 movies, that'd take a couple weeks, I would think. Just depends. And so he's apparently from Belarus.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was that a reveal?
I don't know. They called him the Baba Yaga before. Maybe that's actually
so he's a Russian.
So
Yeah,
Russian, you know, that area.
Slavic language.
So he's from Belarus. So I didn't catch what his real name was though.
Jordani
Borkovich.
I mean, they threw it up on the screen because we don't know what the fuck they're saying, but
Borkovich.
I like the way they do the subtitles as well. They like highlight some words.
Throw a
at
little
the
art
end.
on there. Yeah,
it was pretty cool. Overall, the movies are just entertaining, fun to watch. The action's great. The one thing, plot-wise, that kind of bugged me was John Wick's reason to live that he gave to the elder.
My wife.
Yeah, I want to live to remember my wife. I was like, that's it, dude? You don't want to... It was kind of disappointing
Let
for
the
me.
man be selfish.
Well, that was the
Damn.
only thing. Like, other than that, I thought the movie was pretty good. There were some slow parts in between the fights.
Plus he's got to take care of the dog that he stole from the shelter in the previous movie.
The slow fights did, or not the slow fights, the slow parts kind of helped push the plot a little bit.
I felt one part when he was fighting the 2 knife masters right before the final boss.
Oh, the little short ass guys.
Yeah, you know when they got to the part where they're kind of on the ground and they're like maneuvering, they were going very slow. Like it wasn't fast. It was just kind of like, I don't know. It just felt like it was like a practice shot. Like they didn't use their actual take. They used a practice take because like they were glowing. Like I don't know, maybe because they were supposed to show they were tired. That's the part of the realism. Yeah. But I feel like they're going really slow, and the knives were moving very the fist, and they were just all maneuvering back and forth in that mass of people very slowly.
That bald guy was hilarious.
Yeah,
he's in something else. I don't know. I've seen him in another movie.
The Sushi Chef.
Yeah.
I remember I was talking to Garret about jokes. I was like, "You think John Wick will say any jokes?" And they didn't need him to say any jokes because they had the bald guy saying all the jokes.
Everyone else supplied them, and John Wick just said, "Yes."
Well, I think that's part of the greatness of his characters. He doesn't have to say much, and it really does put him into that like boogeyman status that they're trying to give him. in the movies, because he doesn't say much. He just does.
Can I say something about his beard? Just like he has this really long dips right here where his hair doesn't grow in.
Yeah.
It just,
What would you like him to do about
I don't know.
that?
It's throwing me off. Seeing how high it went up his cheeks, and then this skinny white
Yeah,
line
right here.
here.
You mean these two
Yeah.
spots where nothing
I
grows?
was like, holy! Like I'd never seen that so pronounced before. And just when he was looking at the screen, everything was dark. Or looking at the camera.
And you just couldn't help it.
I couldn't,
Check out his double landing strips.
Yeah,
His beard goes very high up his face,
That's what I thought.
and then there's just blank spots.
It was throwing me off. I couldn't man, that's all I could think about. Taking
play-
that
You
movie.
really
should
just
play
wanted to walk
Dracula
out.
or something.
I was not that. This
Wanted to
wasn't
walk out.
the Last Jedi situation.
Oh man,
But
I don't think anything can be the Last Jedi situation.
I could not. It was throwing me through a loop. I was like, "Ooh, I can't figure out this facial hair thing going on."
Yeah. I mean, I thought it was gonna be the same as the first two, and then it kind of seemed to get a lot, not even a little more interesting, a lot more interesting in that last part with the whole. So, I had a question. So, what's his name? Winston. So, was he actually betraying him, or was that set up?
I think it was a setup. Like he wasn't. Like John Wick knows he wasn't actually trying to kill him. I believe.
Okay, I was just curious.
I'm not sure. I initially thought that it was a setup, like that John Wick was in on it, but I think I've changed my mind.
Yeah, because you got to think like he went off the side of a building.
Yeah,
like
you want to make it real, but he hit fire escapes and slammed into the
Well, he
ground.
also has been hit by 16 Cadillacs, so I don't.
Yeah.
It's hard to tell.
That is true,
He's
but
constantly getting hit by cars. Like these dudes' knees.
Like
and his
just
shins
light,
have gotta be
just
fucked
light
up.
enough, just to make him go flying.
that's
up in the
why
air,
I'm
but not actually hurt
saying
him.
he needs some rest. Dude needs to see a
He's the
doctor.
boogeyman. He doesn't need to rest. He's the boogeyman.
He operates on sheer will.
I would like to see. They keep setting up this story, this long story about the high table, and just little bits and pieces throughout the movies. Like they're taking a really long time to tell this story, which is good. I do like the movies, but they might be milking it with 4 to 5 movies.
Fuck it, I'll watch 2 more.
But with that said,
It's a popcorn flick.
John
Like,
Wick 2
you know,
had a $40
yes,
million
yeah.
budget and made $171 million.
So
That's
triple.
it.
And John Wick 1 made
that's
$88 million.
I feel like it would make
What was-
if they made more.
Are there numbers for 3, the opening weekend? Do you have that?
I can look that up real quick, too.
I mean, so
Shayna, get that.
Shayna, pull that up.
You don't have a Shayna.
Do we want to do final verdicts, or do we have anything else that we want
Well,
to talk about with it?
I was going to ask Garrett if
Yeah.
he noticed any particular knives that you like, notable, interesting.
He's had a Microtech knife for at least, I think, all the movies, which is that out the front blade.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
They're kind of a gimmick in real life, but I think it suits him as a person, as a character. It's a kind of a badass knife, but it's also a little gimmicky.
Is that the one that snaps open?
Yeah,
Okay.
flies out the front.
It's called the Microtech.
That's the brand. I think there's been
Okay.
a couple different models,
Gotcha.
but they're pricey. They're usually around $400 to $500 or more.
For a knife.
Are they production model?
Yeah, I believe they did a special box set for John Wick 2 that went for $2,600 with 2 of them and some of those coins in it.
Let's pool our money.
Absolutely
Get
not.
one.
Yeah.
No.
So, John Wick 3 budget, $55 million, and it came out the 17th, and it's made $105 million.
Nice. So
What was the
it's only
budget
been
on
out. I mean, it's
Budget
only
was
been out a week.
$55 million. It's been out a week,
My
and it's
autism
made
got to me for a minute.
105.
Yeah,
So
it's doing
I
good.
mean, they give them a little bit of more money each time, but the movies are making increasingly more money. So
Yeah.
I could see where they would want to continue the series.
So what? John Wick 4, 2021.
Probably
Confirmed.
Yeah, I like that they're so they have their core group of characters. Winston, what was his name? Sharon. I
The
don't know.
concierge.
Yeah,
I don't know. What
he
his name
came
is.
back. Winston came back. Obviously, John's back. There was one more character. Can't remember.
The adjudicator was in the earlier ones, right?
I
I don't believe so. No, she might have.
I don't
Was she in
remember.
part 2?
She looked like they have this legendary skin on Apex Legends for the character Wraith, and that's all I could think about was her bald head and her being a
fucking
little
girl with
ghosty
the dragon
girl.
tattoo.
Wasn't there a short-haired girl in the first two John Wicks?
There was
the second one
deaf
had
girl.
the deaf girl, but she had slightly longer hair. Isn't that Ruby Rose?
Yeah, that's
I know who
Ruby
that is.
Rose.
She was in number 2. I don't think there was a girl in number 1 though. There might have been.
I prepped really hard for this, guys.
You're good. We don't prep. The only reason I watched 2 today was because I had never seen it. So, but it's kind of hard for me too, like reviewing this movie because I keep thinking like, okay, this happened in part 2, because we watched it right before part 3. So I'm like,
Oh.
So anytime I try to reference something, I'm like, wait, did that happen in part 2 or 3?
So, these guys love mirrors. By the way, the end fight scene in John Wick 2 was a mirrored room. Then the end fight scene in John Wick 3 was a bunch of glass with some mirrors.
They love throwing that boy through some glass panes.
I did like
They love it.
though when the ninjas attacked the Bowery to change.
Yeah, that was really
I
cool.
like seeing like I guess real ninjas. Although like that one guy was just sitting on top of those lockers. Like how long has he been sitting on top of the locker?
Totally
I
stabbed that
turned
guy.
to Tyler and I was like, so after he killed the guy, I was like, this dude just sitting up top there. He's still up there.
Yeah, like what if
gonna
what
hang
if
out
like
up
they had
there?
a couple of their teammates died?
And then he finally jumped down when they walked away, but like he was just standing up there. For
It's like
a
Nick,
minute.
we could have used your help earlier.
Right.
It would be really interesting to see the creators of this movie do like a badass character like the Punisher or something along those lines for like superhero movie, and I feel like it would be a perfect fit as well.
I mean, you could just call this the Punisher, and I'd believe you.
I think Punisher. Right now,
That's true.
obviously Punisher got canceled, for now anyway. But the people who were in charge of it, I think they were doing a good job.
Right.
So maybe not
I'm
Punisher,
just saying,
but something
like,
else. Yeah.
like these guys have these action scenes on lockdown, and whoever's in charge of that,
yeah. Everything.
Warner Brothers, call them up.
Everything
Like,
except for I'm gonna run at this guy even though I'm holding a pistol. I'm gonna run at him and let him shoot me in the face from 2 feet away.
Movies.
Hot armor.
As Keanu Reeves movies rank, where do you guys put this?
Well, you're not gonna beat Speed. That's number 1.
Okay, well,
I don't know. Keanu Reeves is unsinkable, bro. That's all I gotta say.
do you have some opinions about Keanu Reeves?
I do.
You can share them.
I think
This
he's
is your
very,
time.
I think he's very one-dimensional. If you need
I agree with
if you
that.
need broody action guy, you got your brooding action guy. That's fine. He has 7 words of dialogue.
Hell yeah.
I think that's
He
why.
nailed every
I
single
think that's
one
why
of them, too.
a movie like John Wick works perfectly.
And I would
Yeah.
agree because you can
Yeah.
just kind of suspend your disbelief, go see this popcorn cruncher, and then when
Yeah.
you walk out, you're not going to remember it. You're going to remember, oh yeah, there was some awesome shooting, but you don't remember John Wick. You remember the action scenes. You don't remember him.
I
Yeah.
remember his facial hair.
Oh.
His double landing strips.
I remember him standing there menacingly.
Angrily, all sullen like.
Remember the
back.
point where Winston
Yeah.
told him he had a choice? I thought it was the Matrix for a second because like he said like I have a choice, I have to choose, and that's like in the Matrix. Oh,
Did you get that Matrix reference?
Yeah, I got it.
Where he was like, "I need guns, lots of guns."
Oh yeah,
he,
and
said,
that,
he
yeah.
delivered it the exact same
Yeah,
way.
and that's when Dozer has plugs in the system and all the gun racks
and they go
swung
flying
by
at
him,
him, and he, nonchalantly
And
just.
then they're
steps
just throwing all the
one
guns in the
front.
duffel bags. They're like
Yeah.
Montage.
gun loading montage. He's had a gun loading montage too.
You gotta have a gun loading montage. There's no way.
Oh,
All right.
oh, hold on. But my
Well,
my favorite Keanu Reeves movie is The Little Buddha, where he plays the Buddha, like 1991.
Oh, I have not seen that.
Oh, you
so
gotta check it out. You will learn about.
Why don't we
a
do that
lot
one?
about
I'm
Buddhism?
gonna do that one in the future.
Okay,
Do that.
I'll pencil it in.
Because
the schedule.
we haven't seen it, so 2 out of 3 ain't bad.
It's a good movie. I mean,
Okay.
Keanu Reeves literally plays the historical Buddha.
Isn't he 13 or something? Or, is he very young?
He's gotta be pretty young.
He's
Yeah.
in his 20s.
Wow.
Yeah, he's in his 20s.
I think he's like in his 50s now, right?
Sounds pretty
Early
sinkable.
50s.
Yeah, because if he was in that Toyland movie, if he's a teenager in that Toyland movie in the early 80s, he's definitely in his 20s by 91, 92.
All right, final
Verdict time?
verdict. Yeah.
I'll go
Okay.
first. Yeah, I'll go with Unsinkable. We didn't really mention it during this episode, but I really love the dog part. They're just mauling those guys. I don't know. I can't get over
I
that.
thought that dog died.
No,
It had
pulled it
armor.
out. Yep.
Yeah, she
I-
pulled the bullet.
I
out
now
of its
realize I
vest.
thought it was something else in her hand.
So I'm gonna go Unsinkable.
Sinkable.
Oh no!
Say what you will about New Yorkers, but they're apparently blind to everything in this movie.
Those
Dead
bodies,
bodies
disappeared.
everywhere.
Well, those bodies in the subway disappeared.
Long reaction times to violence.
People getting stabbed right in front of them. They keep walking. I mean, you gotta admire
Got
New
shit to
Yorkers.
do.
Yeah,
Hey, he's got reasons. He can back it up.
I get you gotta suspend your disbelief and enjoy the big, huge action movie, but
Yeah.
there's some silly parts.
Yeah,
I got no problem with that. If you can back it up,
That's-
I got no problem with that.
that is true. There's some silly parts, silly plot point for me. But I like the series. I like Keanu Reeves in the role. I like the action. I'll go see another one. So Unsinkable.
I'm gonna have to go with Taking on Water. Just the whole.
You just want to be a contrarian.
No, I don't. I like the movies.
Wait, there's a middle grade?
There is.
Oh, we didn't
We
tell him
just-
about the middle grade.
we
I'm
just
sorry.
we just invented it. You got like Taking on Water, like where your ship's not really sinking, but you're filling up with water. Maybe you're.
I don't. My grade won't change, but I
Okay.
didn't know there was a middle grade.
Sorry.
That's fine.
Yeah.
We're just just terrible show. You know.
I'm jumping in midway, so I don't
Clearly,
know.
we don't prep for this that much either.
Yeah. So I'd say Taking on Water. It just bothers me how omnipresent the table is. The high table is. It just seems
Oh, yeah.
too omnipresent for a secret assassin. Everyone's assassin. There's assassins everywhere.
There's a lot of assassins.
There's.
But they're not very good though.
It's true. They're not very good, but it seems like everyone's an assassin.
They're like Meyer brand assassins.
Low
Everyone's
levels.
an assassin, and then there's an assassin hotel in every city. Like, do you see all those files that they have? Like, how are they filed?
Well, you gotta
Alphabetically?
think.
Well, she pulled that file out for the New York
With-
New York hotel.
The tattooed alt people file them.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
was weird. That was weird.
And then
I
thought it
still
was-
do.
I was
Those people need jobs too.
And then one thing that I was kind of expecting to see, which I thought would have been cool, is like a montage of him killing people, seeing his number go up. We only ever saw his number change once, like his bounty number.
Oh, okay.
I thought that was going to be a
Oh,
thing that they
the
were going
price
to
on
do,
his
like,
head?
like you've kind of seen in other. I don't know if I've seen like that change necessarily, but like every time he kills someone, you see it change, going from 14, 15, and and then the end of like a 10-minute montage, it's like $100 million.
Like,
But I guess
keeps
I'm keeping
going
it at
up.
$15 million is
Maybe
realistic.
Winston. Maybe Winston isn't that flush. Maybe 15's his hard limit.
Oh, that's a high tables.
That's the high table doing that.
Yeah, I don't think he pays that out.
Maybe the high table's not that flush. Maybe 15's their hard limit.
Maybe that's true. Maybe no one's really worth that much.
They just
money,
got a
then.
gold mine somewhere, and they've just been living off that.
Yeah, I just
Apparently, Bronn's
making-
been melting or making some gold coins over there.
There's, well, like I was gonna say, for me, big part of it is the world that they've built. And I said this before, but it's just really interesting to see, and I'd like to see it fleshed out and explained a little bit more.
Sure.
maybe that's what I need. Maybe just because they're in New York. I just thought there was assassins. Way too many assassins.
It's almost like it's a HBO TV series or something, because they're doing
Like a
really good,
miniseries?
like connecting
Yeah.
the story together.
I feel like if you were to do a census of everyone in the world, you're gonna get like 30% of them are gonna say they're assassins. Is their primary
I mean, I would
job.
say that.
Every corner had a bum that was also an assassin
Yeah.
That's the Bowery, dude.
with their with their flip phones.
Yeah,
They all got the
have
same
weird
phone.
Was that the
phones, yeah.
was that the council phone?
Those have to be like provided, right?
You would
They all have
think
the same
they all have that same phone giving them news alerts.
The little
So,
fly up.
I think those phones are more actually secure. Like the president has like I think a flip phone, not because like not I don't think Trump does, but like any other president who takes advice from the Secret Service has like a very watered down
Simple flip phone.
simple phone because it's unhackable.
There's not a lot of software in there.
There's no way to hack it.
Yeah.
So I think maybe that's why. Maybe that's more realistic because they're supposed to be like maybe burner phones, just a flip phone. You throw it away. Get
Everything's
one.
prepaid, yeah.
Yeah. Maybe. That's what my headcanon was telling me.
All right.
And we all know my headcanon's right.
Fuck your head cannon. All right, so we've got, what was it, 2 Unsinkables, a Sinkable, and a Taking on Water. Is there anything else we want to talk about besides your head cannon?
No.
Because we're at 25 minutes.
That's a good time.
Good?
Yeah.
We're good.
All right.
Solid.
All right, see you guys later.
Bye.